Hey, welcome back. We have a box full of knives here. I had to pre-open it just to make sure I understood what was going on here in the box, because there was some private information in the box. So we have a bunch of really cool knives here. A knife from Gareth Bull from Oz Machine Company, one of my favorites. One here from Grimsmo, and one here from, that is Holt, plus a pocket clip, a Damascus pocket clip, no less. All right, let's get into it. So I always like on the channel going dessert first, and here is dessert for this particular group of knives. This one is extremely exciting. This is made in 2016 by Gareth Bull himself, sort of pre-Bull knives. Now it's, back then it was GB or Gareth Bull. Now it's Bull knives for Jason and Gareth. What's really cool about this is it's a one-off. It was custom made and it's extremely small. You may not be able to tell looking at it. It may look like a 3-inch sham or something like that, but this is a very unique one. You can see it does not have a pocket clip here. And I'm probably going to do a whole separate review on this, so I won't spend too much time on it, but wanted to show you versus a 3.3 inch. I want to say 3.5 because it looks so much bigger, but that's a 3-inch sham. So this thing is really tiny. This is like made to go in a little slip or something like that. And let's see if we can, like, it's that small in my hand that it's actually kind of hard to get to. Let's see if we can do this without getting hurt. Whoa. Well, there you go. That one flew out of the hand there. So it's really tiny. Maybe not the best fit for me based on what we just saw there. But let me see if I can get it out. I almost want to say maybe it's not so much of a flipper like a regular one, because it is not coming out there easily. There we go. So it is on washers, and I don't know if it's just that it's like really tightened down or something, but that is not what I'm used to from the maker. So this one, I'll maybe take another video, do a little bit of work on it. It has a really cool Zerk pivot there though. I'll zoom in on that because you probably haven't seen one like that before if you're into bull knives. Very unique there. Flat Zerk pivot. But this thing is a little one-off and very cool. Again, this is, I don't know if it's the detent is so strong or what, but basically can't even flip it out of there. I don't know if it's just the way I'm having to grip it or what, but it really is tightened down. So I almost want to say maybe it could be loosened up or something like that, and then be a little more of what we expect from this type of knife. But that's not dropping at all there. But I don't know if that's what it was designed for. So yeah, very interesting here. I'll spend a little bit of time with that one in another video. All right, which one am I next most excited about? I think I'm gonna go here. We've seen a lot of Rosies on the channel, so I'll just do that one last. But this is a really unique Holt Morpheus, and now you know why. So sweet, wow. I didn't notice also in the pictures that the flats up here don't really have the Damasteel pattern on it. That's kind of cool there. But yeah, Damasteel Grimsmo Morpheus, and as per usual with this brand, just insanely drop shut. This is a liner lock also, which is really cool, and just a beautiful milling pattern. Yeah, wow, that is really cool. I actually have had a Holt Spectre, which is kind of the big brother to this, but I have to say I like this quite a bit more. It's not quite as drop shut. Oh, I didn't even realize for a second there. Look at that. This guy has a pearled, that's not a factory, that's a pearl aftermarket pivot on there. So I don't know where the other pivot is. Maybe it's in one of these other boxes or something. I'll take a look around. But this should have a factory pivot also. But man, that is a heck of a looker right there with that Damasteel. Not a ton of these made like this. So it's pretty unique. You can see really nice milling out of the inside there. Feel on hand on these is quite good. It's a nice little package, nice and compact, you know, pretty much drop shut there. Does not take much. And then the really cool thing on these, I think, is beautifully centered, but just this tolerance and how flat and even that is there is kind of a really unique quality to this knife there. You know, I'd say quite the design here. So very neat. Let's keep going. But that is quite a beauty, and definitely happy with what I'm seeing in this purchase. Boy, I think that's like a really nice hollow grind there too. Yeah, that's freaking sweet. It's gonna be hard for me to put this one down, but I gotta keep going. All right, so Morpheus, let's head over to the Grimsmo Rask. I've never had a Rask before. On the channel I did feature a Grimsmo Norseman, but I think this is really the most desirable of the Grimsmos. Let's take a look here. We got the sticker and the date of birth and everything here. So this was from later 22, serial number 1311. And yeah, that dragon scale is really good. That's fantastic. Oh man, I didn't know that they did that where these all line up with a pocket clip too. That's impressive. Rask number 1311 and RWL34. Nice stonewash blade on it. Yeah, I definitely get the hype of this a lot more than the Norseman. That's crazy. Again, almost flush, a slightly different approach here. A little less flush here, and then it's actually below here, but you know, this is like a custom order with the blue standoffs. Man, that's sweet. And then if I wanted to, this has kind of the matching pocket clip to go with it, which would be pretty nice, I have to say. Yeah, that's even a level up, I'd say, on the Morpheus in terms of the action and stuff. A little harder on the detent, but man, that both ways, deployment and folding, is pretty freaking spectacular. That is smooth. The Morpheus wasn't quite as smooth as the Spectre. I think the Spectre was on a different level, more like this. Really nice milling out of the inside there too. That's pretty freaking sweet. Yeah. That's just got a lot of goodness going on with it. Very nice milling pattern there. But what I gotta figure out is where the, you may have just forgotten to include it, but the pivot here for this Morpheus, I gotta figure that out. I do like the fact that it's a liner lock. That does make it pretty spectacular. Gosh, they're both really good though, but this guy's a little level up for me on the action. All right, Rosie here. One that we know, oh, there we go. Some hardware. I don't know if the pivot's in here. What is this? A little more hardware. Maybe this bag didn't get closed all the way or something. I don't know what this is for, so I'll have to figure that out. But this is the original hardware for this Rosie. Oh, look at that. It actually came out of the knife. Dude, I'm telling you, sometimes in shipping, the weirdest stuff happens. How crazy is that? For that to come out of there. They just get so shaken up when they're getting driven around and stuff. That's crazy. So we'll put that back in a minute. But aside from that, this is Rosie number 495, which goes back quite a ways. It's one of the first Silver Surfers. And this thing could use a cleaning. I can just tell you that right now. I've not really felt, it might be over tightened on the pivot. Let me mess with this one a little bit. Just because I've never felt a Rosie that couldn't reverse flick really easily. Something kind of funky is going on there. And I don't know if it's dirt. Just feels a beautiful backspacer too on that one. This one came with the Zerka tie clip and backspacer, which is not common to get like this sort of polished golf putter. It's not a Silver Surfer because it has these two, so it doesn't, you don't call that a Silver Surfer. But anyway, that's pretty hard to get this polished one with the Zerk from the factory. It's a Zfinite, one of the original, you know, this probably in the first 50 numbers. Like I think they did this first on 444, I want to say. It sort of stands out in my mind as the one they did it on. But what is this? Okay, here's the original Holt Morpheus pivot. There it is. So we got that, so that's good news. But let's see what's going on here, because this feels a little weird to me. So just get in. It's probably oops, T10. These changed over time, which is why I don't know for sure. Is it T8? Have a 7 in there, which is not what we need. So I guess it's a T8. Yeah, this one is a T8. And then let's just mess with this a little bit. Oh, it's spinning. But this is got some aftermarket hardware on it, so you never know how that's been kind of done. Boy, that's still really tight in my knot. There we go. Now we've got a loose blade. And then let's get this tightened back into some semblance of normality. And then also, I think this should also be a T8. Yep. Let's get this guy put in. And I'm going to ultimately switch this back to the original hardware because that's how I roll. Mr. Original. There we go. Now it's feeling good. Make sure we got good lockup, absolutely. And she's a Rosie again. Yeah, when you switch up the hardware on these things, you have to be really careful not to overdo it. You just have to get it seated. It does not need to be tightened. They do not require significant tightening for everything to be real locked up nicely. But I'm probably gonna swap out this hardware and stuff, get it back to a factory spec. And yeah, this will be a cool one in factory spec because it again is such an early version of the Zerblasted scales. They just didn't do this a lot back then. This was an idea that came along, you know, in the 400s and became very popular, and you know, got done quite a bit more between like number 400 and 1100, and not a lot since actually. So there are not a ton of these Zerblasted. In fact, you actually see quite a few people taking other golf putter finishes and Zerblasting them just to get this kind of finish. So that's it for now. Kind of a funky unboxing, but overall we'll figure things out with this little guy and get things together and reassembled here, and then I'll probably do some additional videos based off of these knives. So hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.